Attends, tu vas la dire. T'es en train de dire que ça a été ici.
Le bien que ça, ils vont pas se faire.
Moi aussi, je passe ce cuisine.
Come on, please. Ok. On y va.
C'est le mot que je
Leave him the way, please. Leave him the way. Attention. تفضل هاي. تفضل. بعدين va bien. So this site, ladies and gentlemen, was once the first cemetery in the 11th century BC. You will see later on the way, on the right hand side of those stairs, still there, 3 tombs of that ancient graveyard. Those ones they discovered a jewelry collection, oil lamps and masks, Phoenician ones. In the 9th century BC, when the city had been founded by the mercantile people, the Phoenicians, the inhabitants of the city Carthage moved their cemetery more to the north, close to the blue and white painted village called Sidi Bou Said, and they founded here a pottery center which was later sacked by Agathocles during the First Punic War led by Rome against Carthage. And the Romans, after the destruction of Phoenician Carthage, built here their biggest thermae as well as the marketplace and dwellings. Of these numerous buildings, still just the ruins of the thermae as well as the foundations of the marketplace. I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, on the way that all the actual paved roads of the city Carthage are more or less the same ones of the ancient Roman city. See also other ones here. The city Carthage, let's make a circle. Yes. Mag je een splitten? Okay. The Roman city Carthage had once a regular urbanization plan which was composed of 2 main axes or streets. A main one called Cardo, the one from the north to the south, like the one here, and you see there the name of the street where you are now. And there was another main one called Decimanus, east-west. And always in the intersection of these 2 main axes or streets, the Romans used to build the main temple called the Capitol. And in front of it there was a squared place called Forum. Both buildings of the city Carthage were built over the Birsa Hill. Abdul, bonjour, sorry.
Thank you.
Both buildings of the city Carthage were built over the Birsa Hill where we saw the way the cathedral, so that the hill was the intersection of the 2 main streets of the city Carthage. And then on both sides of those 2 main axes or streets there were other smaller neighboring ones which divided the territory into different other quarters. You can go up the street, see on the right hand side of those stairs the graves, and then there is another way on the right. Would you mind waiting for me there? I'll be sure to give you more information. English speakers, see you later. Version française.
Wow, you have the majority, look.
Of course you are not guilty. Try to say, go away. Oh, there was a very nice view of the sea. Jungle. So many palms. How these palms look in so cold.
You can see, you have all the French doors, first floor. If you have first floor, you're in trouble. It's great.
This level was built
Very, very,
Wow. Very nice. when
Uite, vedem acum.
oh, I'm not stepping here. I don't want to fall down and dump some rider. 1,000 rupees.
You see how you talk bullshit? There's nothing else.
Maybe I didn't know because I hear me.
Okay, that's not it. And there is yes.
Oh, we are going there, but here, there, eh? There. Are you sure? If they let us, then how we find? Which is the number of bus? No idea.
186.
Yeah? Oh. Careful with the where you're stepping, because here, I told you. Second. Let me take a photo.
Would you mind coming closer, please, a while? So you see in the front, ladies and gentlemen, the ruins of the public baths, the third biggest ones, built ones by the Romans in the Empire. We see up nowadays. Just the ruins of the ground floor, this part of the building. So the thermi were in the first floor of this building, and they were first damaged by the Vandals, and later on Muslims. You can see the level of the first floor, which is the level of both phases, those columns. That was the level of the thermi. The ground floor was composed once of the residence for the staff, the library, the bar, the storage rooms, the ovens. All of these structures were in the ground floor of the building. This building, as well as numerous other ones in the city Carthage, were built with actually sandstones brought from the stone quarries of El Hawariya. El Hawariya is a village in that mountainous region. That's the peninsula called Cape-on. The end of that peninsula and those mountains, still huge caves, which were the Carthaginian Roman stone quarries. In the same 2nd century AD or so, the Romans built 132 kilometers length aqueduct and those water pipes, as well as the reservoirs in the outskirts of the city, in order to retain water of the springs of Zagwan, and then supply these thermi, other ones, and the inhabitants of the city with drinking water. You can see the plan here of the thermi. The public baths had once a symmetrical plan. You can see that this building was composed of the same structures on both sides of the building. So of each one there was a pair, less of the hot bath and the cold one. There were just one bath of these in the middle of the building, more or less in front of us. So on both sides of these thermi there were two main ways in, which opened on two changing rooms, and then were two palæstra and gymnasium where people could exercise by wrestling and boxing before they started their tour through the steam bath. So two baths, then two massage rooms, and then just one hot bath at the Kaldarium, which is that part behind the palm tree, and behind it was the hugest structure, the cold bath, which was equipped with 4 pools, and next to this cold bath there was an outdoor pool which opened on the sea or the beach, and then on both sides of this there were also two covered galleries where the people could have a rest after the tour and different activities. The ceiling of this hot bath or frigidarium was once held by 8 Corinthian columns. You can see one of them, that high one. Of that one there were 8 columns around the cold bath. That column was 15 meters high, and then this dome as well as the ground floor were about 15 meters high. That gave 30 meters height of this part of the cold bath or the frigidarium. On both sides of the thermi there were once 2 public toilets called latrines. You can see over there, by the way, that white enclosure that you see up the hill is the enclosure around the presidential palace. You see later on the way to Sidi Bou Said, the main way in. So where is those palm trees? Still ruins of a semicircular building, and close to the way out over there is another semicircular area, fragments of columns and capitals. Those were the public toilets called latrines, and then these are the ruins of Blaze, although there was actually a bigger marketplace in the center of the town, close to the amphitheater. The Romans built another market in this area, and sure, these thermi used it to play a commercial role, more the cultural, social and political ones. And the ruins that you see over there are also the foundations of the Roman dwellings. As I mentioned, the Romans built here so luxurious villas which were composed of a ground floor, then a first or 2 floors, and numerous of them had even private thermi. I give you now free time, ladies and gentlemen, to go downstairs, go for a walk in those ruins, have a look, take photographs, see fragments of columns, capitals, material of construction of that same building. The way out is over there, where you see that yellow building. And if you want to go to the in that same yellow building there are toilets. Okay? Back to the coach at 10:30.
Ja,
cool.
So Damen und Herren, da vorne sieht man die Ruinen der Bäder, sieht man so die Ruinen des Erdgeschosses dieses Gebäude. Die Bäder so bestanden früher mal aus einem Erdgeschoss, und dann die Thermen befanden sich im ersten Stockwerk des Gebäudes.